So you may know who I am. My name is John. I'm the guy that grew extremely fast on LinkedIn, as you can see here, from 900 to 45,000 followers within 8 months, without ads, without engagement pods, without any of the tradition funneling. And I've done it, not to toot my own horn, but basically I figured out some type of growth strategy that's not a lot of people are doing, or they are doing, and they're just not doing it well. So I'm going to go through my strategy. So the point of this workshop, this live webinar is to basically just go through my strategy. And so I assume that a lot of you guys are here because you have your own business, you're looking to bring on clients, whatever, and most likely those reasons. You maybe are doing posting already on LinkedIn, or maybe not doing posting, or maybe you're on other social medias and you're looking to break into LinkedIn. LinkedIn has turned into like the hottest thing for getting clients, just because it's where the best leads are. Uh, you know, that's pretty much. And so a lot of people are piling into LinkedIn. Like you see people on YouTube that are traditionally on YouTube are piling into LinkedIn, on X that are piling into LinkedIn, and so on and so forth. But LinkedIn is like it's a whole different game than all the other platforms. So I'm going to basically just teach you what's worked with me, and that's what we're going to do here. All right. So a big issue that I see that a lot of people, so let's assume that you've already been doing lead magnets. I assume some of you here, some, maybe all, hopefully all has already done lead magnets. And this is an issue that I see a lot of people doing. I call it the leaky bucket problem. What that basically means is that you get a post, let's say you're doing lead magnets, lead magnets, lead magnets, and finally you have a lead magnet go viral. That's awesome. That's exactly what you want because that means you have a bunch of inbound traffic coming to you. Now, the problem is it's like you get 500 comments, you reply to 30, maybe 50, maybe 100 or 200, and then you stop. Well, what about those other 300, 400 comments? Because those are basically leads. Those are leads that you're leaving on the table that you haven't engaged with. Now, because you haven't engaged with them, two things happen there. Number one, they now don't trust you because you never engaged with them. You never gave the thing that you promised that you're going to give. Just to take a little step back here, so we all know a lead magnet is like a guide or a resource that you see on LinkedIn. Actually, I'll just go ahead and pull up my LinkedIn just so we all know what this is. We all know what lead magnets are. Yeah. Everyone here, nod if you know what it is. Yeah. Yeah, I see it. We see it. I see a thumbs up. That's great. So let me go back. So let me just show you what a lead magnet is and show you what I'm talking about. So this, taking a look at my LinkedIn here, I just did a lead magnet 13 hours ago. It has 649 comments. Awesome. And as you can see, I haven't replied to these comments. I have replied to a lot of them, but I haven't replied to these ones here yet. But I'm going to. They're all going to be replied to, so I don't have a leaky bucket problem. But if we go ahead and if we look at other people on LinkedIn that do lead magnets, like this guy here, for example, he frequently has a leaky bucket problem. I know this, and he also steals my content. But besides that, he's got a leaky bucket problem. And that's a common theme with a lot of these people. This guy, same thing. And when you have the leaky bucket problem, it's hard to grow at like a fast rate because you're only responding to 5, 10, 20% at most of your, yeah, this guy, so this guy started, when I started talking to this guy, he was at like 7,000. And at the same time, I was at, for followers, I was at like 15,000. So he was at 7,000, I was at 15,000. This was like 4 months ago. Now in that same time frame, I've gone to 45,000 and he's gone to 9,500. So he's only gone up by about 2,000, 3,000 followers in that same time frame. I've gone up by almost 30,000 followers because I don't have a leaky bucket problem like this guy does, and like many people on LinkedIn, many people that are doing league natives. And this is the problem I consistently see over and over and over again. Not following up with your leads is like the worst thing that you can do. And that's the biggest mistake that everybody, not everybody, but a lot of LinkedIn people on LinkedIn who are doing lead magnets make. So you're just leaving, as you can see here, like up to like 90% or more, especially if your post goes mega viral, which is awesome. That's a great problem to have. But leaving money on the table is the next big problem to have. So you don't want to do that. So how do you solve this problem? You need to respond to every single comment. And I mean every single comment. And you're probably thinking like, well, if my lead magnet gets 5,000 comments, like how is that even possible? how can you even respond to every single comment? Like, isn't there like rate limits? Like, isn't LinkedIn going to flag your account? Like, are you going to get banned or something like that? And the question is, the answer is simple. The LinkedIn algorithm is actually quite simple here. So it rewards you for responding to everybody, but if you respond too fast and you respond programmatically like a robot does, then LinkedIn, even if you're responding as a human, like you're on your accounts, you're literally responding to each comment, but if you're doing it too fast, LinkedIn is just going to assume that you're a bot, and then it's going to account restrict you because you're a bot. So you can't do it fast, but you have to respond to each one. So I'll get into how to avoid the LinkedIn detection system, later on, but this is the reply engine. This is how I have, this is the system that I use to respond to every single comment here. So first, what you do is you respond, read their specific point, read it, share your own take, has to, yeah, bridge the connection. Yeah. So basically for every single time they comment on a post, like for example here, let's pull up my LinkedIn here, right? So everyone has commented on, like you can see here, we got this one here, Opus, over 6,000 comments here. Now, a lot of these comments is me responding, right? But you don't know that. When you look at this number, you just think that it's like 6,000 unique people. It's actually over 3,000 is me responding to them. But it's great for the algorithm. So the process that you'd want to do is you basically want to reply to each one, and you want to, you always want to send the DM over to them, like the lead magnet, the link to it. You never want to give it away in the comments. I'm doing it here just because I've maxed out my connection request. But if you haven't maxed out your connection request, which most people haven't, maxed out your connection request means you've hit 30,000 connection requests. LinkedIn has a hard limit at 30,000. You can't go above it. So once you hit that 30,000, that's it. You can't have any more connected people. It's so silly, but that's a LinkedIn thing. LinkedIn's really silly about that. So what you want to do is you want to engage with each one. You want to check to see if you are connected with that person, right? So as you see, I'm pulling up their profile right here. I am connected with this person, and so therefore I can send them the DM. You always want to send them the DM directly to them. Okay, as you can see here, here's the message that I sent to them. You always want to, if you're not connected with them, you want to do some type of like conversion message here. I click there. The conversion message is like you want to acknowledge like, hey, we're not connected. After we're connected, I will send you the thing. And then you give them like a call to action. Like you say something along the lines, and this works really well for me, is you say, DM me the keyword, whatever that keyword is, and then I will send you the thing, right? As you can see here in this comment here, I'm just giving it away because I can't accept any more connections anymore because LinkedIn won't allow me because I've hit the limit. But this is how I've gotten up really fast, and this is how my customers and clients of mine have grown their LinkedIn by like I've one client of mine, he's grown it by over 15,000 followers just in 3 months by doing this exact system. And others have done in the thousands, another guy up to 10,000 just in a few months because this works. This growth mechanism, it works extremely well. So that's what this is about here. Yeah, that's what this is here. Yeah. So they comment, we reply, we get them to send their connection request. We'll take questions at the end, okay, Timvir? So we get them to send the request, they accept, we accept the request, so you have to accept the request from them. You send them a DM, close the deal. Basically, when you send the DM, that's like a touch interface. That's like a touch point, right? You have all probably interfaced with, you've probably commented on my post before. You have probably received messages from me, and you're here because of those messages that I've sent to you. So that's exactly how you're going to put them into your funnel because now you have that connection point with them. So what is this here? 19,000 leads in 30 days. Yeah. So this is just the DM machine here. So you can quite literally send up to 19,000 or more leads in 30 days here. And I have proof of this here. A lot of people, they don't believe my numbers when I tell them like guys, like I have crazy high numbers. And they're like, well, how do you do this and not get banned? Like they just don't believe it. And so like, look here, I'm looking at my system here, and as you can see, this is the live numbers here. Here's my name here. See John Pessler. I'll refresh the page just to show you that this is real data. This is, not hard coded or anything like that. This is coming from a real database. And as you can see, we got the workflows running right now. My LinkedIn's connected, all of that. And so connection request is 0 because I've maxed out connections. But if we go to the 30 days, as you can see here, this is the last amount of connections that we connected. Anyways, as you can see, over 19,200, so 19,231 leads have been captured, have been basically responded to. So that means I have commented 19,231 times. That's what this number means in over 30 days. That's what this means. And I've sent out over 8,708 DMs. So there is no such thing as like a lot of people say like, oh, there's a limit on the amount of DMs that you can send per day. No, there's not. Oh, there's a limit on the amount of connections you can, or the amount of comments you can send per day. No, there isn't. All of that is said by people that have never achieved numbers like this before. And they just frankly don't know what they're talking about because they probably, went on ChatGPT and ChatGPT is like, oh yeah, there's limits because even ChatGPT doesn't know. I know, and I know that basically the way that you because the way that I've tested this is I have a mechanism in place for responding to everything, but I respond to every single comment and every single DM randomly and slowly. That's the key. It has to be random. It has to be slow. I call it grandma speed. So as long as you mimic like pretend like your grandma or a grandma is on LinkedIn and the grandma's responding in the comments, grandma's going to be slow and grandma's going to be random when grandma responds. Grandma's going to respond every like 30 to 60 seconds to a comment. And grandma's not going to respond every 30 seconds. Grandma's going to respond every like 35 seconds, every 42 seconds, every 36 seconds, every 37, every 51 seconds. Like it's just going to, it's going to change. And it's going to be consistently slow pace, right? So that's how you achieve numbers like this. It's quite literally that's it. Like that's the secret to being able to pump out the highest possible numbers without having a single account issue because that's a big problem that people have on LinkedIn is like, okay, cool, we've gone viral now, and but how do I capture everything without, you know, without getting banned? This is it. This is how you do it. All right. What else we got here? Let's go to the slideshow here. Cool. So I got this thingy called the Ghostwriter. It is on the, and you can access this tool for free. Sorry, let me fix all of these because it's paused so we can all read it together, right? And basically what this tool does, this is it here. It helps you write lead magnets. And as you can see, I've written a lot of lead magnets in here and I can go into it. It's basically a chat session that's trained on me on my workflow for making lead magnets. And we can ask it what is trending and it uses Gemini 3 under the hood because Gemini 3 is by far the best writer. And what this thing will do with you, as it says here, is will help you choose a strategy on like for creating a lead magnet. It'll present 3 different lead magnet concepts to you. Based on those 3 different concepts, it'll help you craft the hook. The hook is everything for a lead magnet. Without a good hook, nobody's going to read past the first line. Nobody's going to care. So it has to be, as it describes here, irresistible. If it's not irresistible, why should anybody read it? Why should they, spend their attention, right? And then it builds the actual blueprint for you. So it comes up with like an outline of the actual document. So it creates the actual document for you because there actually has to be a lead magnet document for you. And then it helps you go back and forth. You can have a back and forth conversation with it on removing things from it, etc. And then it actually writes the entire thing for you, polishes it, and exports it to Notion. Your lead magnets should always be published to Notion because it's pretty. Notion it's easy to share, it's easy to publish, and it looks great. So you should always be putting your lead magnets in Notion. This tool is basically a one-stop shop for doing it for you. A lot of people out there already have their own process for doing it. That's cool. If you don't have your process, you can go ahead and you can try this. Try this for free, and this thing is always trained on whatever is currently most trending because I'm always on top of the AI trends. You should be on top of the AI trends too. At least not you, but like your lead magnets should be on top of it as well. So that's what this tool's about. It's an awesome tool. It's free. You can go ahead and give it a try. This is the pacing system that I was telling you about, the grammar speed here. So The gram and speed, as I've been telling you, super, super key because if you respond every like second or something like that, then you're going to get banned. And by banned, like, and LinkedIn's going to basically just send you a generic message being like, you're responding too fast. LinkedIn doesn't like spam. LinkedIn is very anti-spam. They basically ban any type of tool or any person that's using their account and has like multiple VAs. If they're using the account too much and doing too many things, um, LinkedIn just assumes it's spam, you're an automation, you're a bot, and just bans you for that reason because LinkedIn wants people to stay on their platform. They want professionals to stay on their platform, and professionals get easily annoyed by this stuff. So they want the professional people, such as all of yourselves, you're all professionals here. They want you guys to not be annoyed to stay on the platform. So that's why they're really strict with anti-spam versus like the emails of the world. Like you can get like an instantly and spin up like a, I don't know, warm up an account and send out like 10,000 emails. But you can't do that with LinkedIn. That's a big no-no on LinkedIn. You can't send out like thousands of messages. Actually, the most amount of messages I've sent per day is about 1,000. That's the most that I've been able to do. But so the pacing system here, as I mentioned before, without getting banned, is that you reply every like you basically do an action every 20 to 30 seconds randomly, and then LinkedIn has no idea if you're a human or if you're a bot. That's it. You need to go offline like at least once a day. You could have technically like you could have an automation system running 24/7, but if LinkedIn sees you responding all of the time, like throughout the day, even if you're doing the 20 to 60 seconds random, that's great. The random, if you're doing that, but if you're doing it 24 hours straight without stopping, then LinkedIn's going to be like, well, what the heck? What is, like humans just can't do that. Obviously, humans, we need sleep. So we sleep, right? And so if we're not sleeping, if we're not going offline, if we're not, shutting down for like at least 8 hours or something like that, then LinkedIn's just going to assume that we're a bot and it's going to restrict us, it's going to ban our accounts. So the random timing plus the natural breaks quite literally equals unlimited volume, which is what I've proven to you guys, which is how I've been able to do like up to about 1,000 daily engagements for 8 months, which is way higher than pretty much if you just Google like what is the most amount of DMs that I can send per week, it will say something along the lines of, oh, you can only do like 500 DMs per week. I'm doing 1,000 a day, up to 1,000 a day, and no issues, zero. So the LinkedIn algorithm has changed, and this is why it's important to you. In before well, LinkedIn 2025, I guess I should update to 2026, shouldn't I? But it's still the same as today. So the LinkedIn algorithm used to be that, like for example, within like when you make a post, I'll go to my LinkedIn here to show you. So when you make a post, it used to be that that post would only be shown for a few hours, 24 hours, maybe 2 days at most, and then that post wouldn't be shown to anyone else in your feed. Now, it's doing it the opposite. Now what it's doing is it's showing posts. Like it's still showing recent posts. As you can see here, this one's 4 hours, okay? But it's showing posts from a long time ago now. It's starting to do that a lot more. This one's from 6 hours ago, 4 hours ago, 4 hours ago, one day ago. Here's one from one day ago, 6 hours ago. I've been seeing, well, nothing's coming up right now, but I've been seeing posts frequently from like 5 days ago, 7 days ago. This is just becoming more of a thing. It's instead of just doing like the quick, like it shows the post only for a few hours, up to 24 hours, that's it. The algorithm's changed. The algorithm still, like, the algorithm will still show your post to a lot of people within that first 24 hours. It still does that. But now on the tail end, it's prioritizing showing your post from like days or weeks ago. It's now doing that. And I'll show you like my own proof here. Here's a post that I did called Opus. Here's a guy that just commented on it. Because he just commented on it, that means the algorithm showed my post to him. This post, if we pull it up, I think this post is over a week old and it's still being shown to people. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's 1 week old. It's 1 week old, and the algorithm is still showing it to people. Now, it's not showing it as much, but it's still doing it. So the long game really matters now. Like you need to play for the long game because you can see here we got Opus. Windows is like 5 days old and that's still being shown. See, this guy just commented on it. Guide is like this one is, I think this one's over a week old. This one's like a week and a half old. It's still being shown. Yeah, this one's 2 weeks old. Look at that. A post from 2 weeks ago was shown in the feed for people, and they're still commenting on it here. See, 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, 1 hour ago, 4 hour ago, 5 hour ago, 7 hours. It's actually being shown quite a lot. So the algorithm's completely changed. And why this matters to you is that you need to building on the strategy that I said before. If you're going to respond to every single comment, then how are you going to capture the comments from like 2 weeks ago, right? You want to still capture those comments because those are leads. You don't want to leave those leads on the table because that's leaving money on the table, potentially, obviously. So you got to change your strategy here. You can't just prioritize on the first, like, I don't know, the first few hours of the post life cycle. You got to prioritize on now a week or 2 weeks or even longer. I think 2 weeks is like the appropriate amount of time. But yeah, the way that we have solved it with Lead Panther here is that here's all of my lead magnets here. So all of these lead magnets here are all associated with a pretty much a post that's live right now. So for example, here's a post about Gemini. I don't think anyone's commented on this post for a long time, so I should remove it. But if you went and you commented on this post right now, this would be captured into Lead Panther and you would get the response automatically. So let's go ahead and take a look at this post. This is from 2 months ago. Oh my God, I'm still capturing comments from 2 months ago. All right, look at this. Some guy from 5 days ago commented Gemini and he got it and he got the response. So he got captured in the system. So that's wild. I didn't know. I haven't seen this is old 2 months ago. I think 2 months is the max. I think that's the max. But this is the proof right here. As you can see, just 5 days ago, he replied Gemini, he got it. You can go ahead and you can try this out right now. As long as these lead magnets are in the lead magnets page, as you can see here, it will capture it. It will capture and it will deliver the lead magnet, and then it gets funneled into your CRM-like system, as you can see here. And then it gets processed here. So that's what all of this means here. So that's how we've solved the long game. Get started. So this is your action plan, guys. So this is how I would do it if I was starting out like you guys, or maybe you're already doing lead magnets, but maybe you want to change your strategy because maybe you want to get better and have higher performance. So week one, build the assets, try out the Ghostwriter. Week two, build a capture system. You could use Lead Panther, you can do it manually. I mean, it's always fine to start manually until, but like I wouldn't advise doing manually because for all of my customers and everyone I know is like you will start out doing lead magnets in those first like I don't know like those first few weeks you'll get like no engagement, and then on week three or week four, finally the algorithm figures out on who to send your lead magnet to, and then your all of your existing posts from behind you that were posts in week one and two, they start going viral too. And then, if you don't have a system for capturing those leads on those older posts, then you're just leaving money on the table, right? So it's good to start with automations or at least have some type of system from day one, or else you're leaving money on the table. Week three is when you build it at scale, you do the TAM, SAM, and ICP strategy. So what is that? We're actually going to cover that in next week. I'm going to go into depth on how to do that. But at a high level, like really quick, just to tell you what it's about. Actually, I think I just made a web page on it. Maybe that'd be easier to show you. Let me see here. I don't have it handy. Lead Panther. I have so many free resources, guys. It's hard to like keep track of all the free resources that I have for you guys. You guys are so lucky. I wish I had this support when I was getting started. All right, I just made the new page and I gotta figure out what I call it. Hang on. Hang on one second. I have a link to it in another page, so let me grab it. Okay. Yeah. No, that's not it. But this is it here. Slash. There we go. There we go. Okay. So this explains it here. So I'll give you guys the link to this so you can review it yourself. Next week, I'm going to go into details, but essentially there's three different types of lead magnets that everybody should do. There is the TAM lead magnet, which appeals to the total addressable market, right? So this is a lead magnet that everyone can relate to. Everybody's going to want something along the lines of the God prompt that will 100x your productivity, right? Everybody wants their productivity to be 100x or 10x or whatever from a really good prompt. So everybody's going to want that, right? But then you're probably thinking, well, John, like it's going to capture some of my ICP and not some of my ICP. So what's the point of this? The point of this is volume. It's the top of the funnel. It's to build your crowd. It's to build your volume. Without building your volume, you're never going to grow on LinkedIn. And if you never grow, then what's the point of doing lead magnets? And that was kind of the issue that this Duncan guy has. His lead magnets are all extremely specific. They're all, I would call them, they're all this. They're all SOM. I call it the serviceable addressable market, your ICP. So they're all targeted to your ICP. So if you're only targeting to your ICP, then you're just that's the bottom of the funnel, which is good. This is how you close the deals. This is how you funnel people into like a document that kind of explains the problem that they may have, that's related to them, and positions in your service, your product, whatever. That's good. You want these lead magnets, but if you're trying to grow and if you're trying to capture as much as possible, which is the goal for almost everybody, then you're not going to want to consistently do the SOM lead magnets over and over and over again. Why? Because you're not going to grow. You're going to be stuck like Duncan here. And Duncan, if you're watching this, sorry, I love your stuff, but like you're making the mistake that everybody mistakes. And not everybody makes this, but so many people make mistakes. Don't just keep doing the SOM lead magnet over and over and over again. Do a mixture. So you want to do the mix of the TAM. So you want to do the lead magnet that appeals to everybody, that brings everybody in. You want to do the SAM. The SAM is kind of like it's like, okay, I'm piggybacking off of a trend like Sonnet, like Claude Sonnet 4.6 just came out. But let's say I'm a law firm. So now I'm going to basically tie into how Sonnet 4.6 can help lawyers or something like that, or whatever industry that I'm targeting. So that's the SOM. It's like you bridge the big total addressable market with something that everybody wants with your industry as broadly. And that's how you bridge the two together. So I explained that pretty decently. I think here, let's see. I think I got a pretty decent example of this here. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, this is it here. So I think in this example here, it's about like finance, for example. And this is how you would use, like, for example, Gemini 3 Pro analyzed 1,000 stocks and found the top underperforming stocks, right? So this is how we bridge the two together. So we got Gemini 3 Pro trending, we got finance, boom. This is how we bring them together, right? And then the last one is like, I'm looking for people that are only in finance, that are only credit investors. Here's the 2026 passive income playbook for credit investors. That's the hyper specific lead magnet. Cool. So you definitely want to do three of those. Like you definitely want to do your strategy wants to be a mix of them. If you're starting out and you're growing, you want to start with the TAMs. Luckily, here in Lead Panther, you can post it here and you can keep track of everything here, as you can see here. So you can keep track of the TAM ones, the SAM ones, the SOM ones. You also want to do, if you're posting a lot, you want to do a mix of non-lead magnets as well. Especially if you're getting started, you want the algorithm to basically, if you go from not posting at all to posting, the algorithm's going to be like, whoa, why should I put, like, for example, Brooks here? Like, well, why should I start sending Brooks posts to everyone else here? If Brooks doesn't have a consistent history of posting, then why should I promote Brooks stuff? Because Brooks can probably just stop posting at any time. And if he stops posting, then that means I'm wasting real estate. I'm wasting valuable real estate. The valuable real estate that I'm talking about is the feed. And so the algorithm rewards people that are consistently posting, has a consistent track record of posting because and has consistent engagement. Because the algorithm doesn't want to waste people's feed. The algorithm wants like this is the feed here, this is limited we're all competing to have our post here on this feed, right? This is a competition. We're all competing for an organic engagement here, right? This guy, as you can see here, this is a new post. This is, I follow this person here, but the point is that your post is only going to get shown here if you're consistent and reliable. Once you're consistent and you're reliable with the posting, then LinkedIn will take a chance on actually putting your post here. But it'll only do that if you're consistent and reliable. So you have to be consistent and reliable. You can't do lead magnets every single day because it's a ton of work to do lead magnets. If anyone here has done a lead magnet, if you built it, actually made those guides, it's a lot of work. Like, yeah, I give you the tool called the Ghostwriter tool. It does a lot of the lead work, but you still need to come up with the ideas. You as the human, you still need to think like, well, are people actually going to want this? Is it actually appealing? AI is going to be like, yeah, everybody wants this, but do they really want it? So like you as the human, you're still doing like, I don't know, the 10 or 20%, packaged it up, really figuring out what the people want, right? So you can't do lead magnets every single day. So that's why you have to do like pretty much like a rotation. And you would see a lot of, I know a lot of you guys are active on LinkedIn, you're following other people. You're going to see that people who are doing lead magnets, they're doing like a lead magnet, then they're talking about, I don't know, client success story, or they're maybe showing some stuff behind the scenes, random thoughts, whatever. So you're going to want to do a combination of all of these. Okay. Let's get back into this. Okay, now let me ask you a question. Before you do that, my throat is really dry from talking so much. So let me open up this water bottle here. I see Alessandra laughing there. I'm glad you appreciate how much I'm gonna. Oh my God. Thank God. You guys don't know how satisfying it is after talking for like 30 minutes and how dry your throat is and having that like, gush of water come in. Oh my God. It's a world of a difference. So clear the throat, more coffee, because we all like John with a lot of energy. So let me ask you a question here. Imagine if you could wave a magic wand. You know exactly what to post every single day to hit 1 million impressions a month, and your brand is recognized as like the apex predator in your niche. Like you're the top dog in your niche or the top person or whatever. You have a lead magnet factory in every single post you make, and you create a tidal wave of comments and DMs, right? You have an automated selling system filling your calendar with qualified leads, qualified sales appointments while you sleep. And your LinkedIn has become your number one revenue driver, converting massive views into consistent sales over the next 6 months. The big question is, will you transition from the old way of LinkedIn to the new way? I mean, the old way is like you're just doing regular post, you're just doing what is it, like the carousels, which honestly don't really provide any more value anymore, don't really convert at all. So the old way or the new way is like you're doing that manual outreach, you're doing that low engagement post, you're spending too much time, maybe you have virtual assistants, maybe you've outsourced it and they're just not delivering versus the new way, which is you got viral content, you have you're capturing all of those leads, you're not leaving money on the table, and you've grown extremely fast. And let me show you some proof because you're probably being like, oh, okay, you haven't done this for anybody, John. Like you're full of crap. Here's a client of mine or a customer of mine. He's actually a client. I've done all of his lead magnets. As you can see here, over the last 90 days, he's grown his following, captured over almost 14,000 leads, and grown by 12,000 connections. This number is actually higher. We actually started him before I had this beautiful little dashboard here. So before I had the beautiful dashboard and before I was actually tracking the numbers in the database, we were doing things like in spreadsheets. So we actually started him. He's actually above over 15,000 connections. We've grown him by about 15,000 in the past 90 days approximately. So this is proof. This is proof that I have an actual system that actually works and can actually grow and can bring in hot leads. Hot leads is people that are basically messaging you and being like, I want your stuff. That is hot leads. And I'm not going to show him his messages. We have a messages portal in here in this system. I'll show you mine. So here's mine here. So if we go to messages here. So a big problem with lead magnets is that like if you have a lead magnet go viral, it's hard to keep track of all of those. So I'm going on a sidetrack here, but this is really important. It's hard to keep track of all the people who are actually interested in like, what you have to offer, right? So you can see here, like, look at my link, look at my DMs. It's just like every minute or so, and it's every minute on purpose because remember, we do this slowly so we don't get, account restricted. So that's why I'm responding so slowly on purpose. It's by design, so I can maximize the 1,000 DMs per day. So, but the problem here is that a lot of people respond with like amazing, thanks, which is, they're not interested, right? They're just being polite. But then there's some people that actually respond with intent and they actually are interested, right? And so, like this here, hey John, what's the cost of the system? Or hey John, thanks about this. I haven't even responded to this one. Uh, hey, let's work together, for example. So, how do you cut through the noise? This system here, Lead Panther, it reads all of your DMs and it only includes the high intent DMs into your messaging portal here. And then it will fire off that to your CRM. So you get notified in your CRM. We even have a Slack integration as well. I don't know if I could show you my Slack. Actually, I don't want to show you my Slack because I got a lot of confidential stuff in there, but you even get notified on your Slack immediately when you have a hot lead come in. That's like, hey, I want to work together, blah, blah, blah. I'm not looking to work with this person, but I'm just showing you this person as an example of like, it works. The system works here, right? So that's the side tangent there. Let's get back into it. Where did I put the slides? Now I gotta find it. Was it over here? Oh crap. I got so many windows open, guys. I can't even like I know it's here somewhere. You know what? I know how to fix this. Let's just open up a new thing here. And you guys gonna have a sneak peek at next week? Yeah. Okay, there we go. Slideshow. You just get back into it. Skip through everything real quick. Where were we? We were here. We were here. Yes, we were there. Okay, so continuing on this note, the old versus the new. The new is you got this beautiful system that everything I've basically shown here. Um, so hundreds of business owners will convert their LinkedIn into a lead generation machine this year. Everyone's trying to do it. I mean, not everybody, but people who want to grow in this, who want to grow this funnel or this channel, which is a lot, they're doing it. So why not you, right? Believe me, there's a way, there is a shortcut, and there is an easier way. And it's with mentorship from somebody who's gone proven LinkedIn system, real client results like the ones that I just showed you. So if you want to create a viral lead magnet engine on LinkedIn over the next few days, my team, we've set up some time to talk to see if we can help. We're going to do a 45 minutes basically strategy session for free to map out an action plan for you. This could be the most valuable 45 minutes that you've ever spent on business. Here's the link. We're going to send you the link if you want to do this, if you're interested in this. If you decide to work together, what does the program look like here? We're calling it the LinkedIn Viral Accelerator. So this will be a 6-month intensive program to master the Lead Panther system, to master the entire system that I just showed you. We're going to teach you on the Ghostwriter protocol. So all of my posts and my clients' posts that consistently go viral, they're all trained on this. I offer this for free, but I go above and beyond on teaching you like the key things that's not included in this. But of course, I'm always giving free value to everybody, right? Because in order to basically sell these days. You can't just be like, "Hey, buy my thing." That doesn't work anymore because nobody likes the pitch, right? People want value first. They want to know that you know that you're talking about what you're talking about. Then they're willing to hear you out, right? That's why you're all here. You're all here because I gave you value. I gave you something free. I gave you some of you maybe have forgotten this Ghostwriter protocol, to be honest. And then you realize, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. Now I'll bite. Now I'll listen to what he has to say. That's why you guys all came here, right? And this is how it works with everybody here. So we're going to train you the AI to write on your unique voice because we want it to be trained on this, but we're going to train it also on your voice as well. We're going to train it on the lead magnet factory. So we're going to train it on creating the high converting assets that LinkedIn users they just can't ignore, right? So we're going to teach you how to create those viral lead magnets, the ones that are even better than the ghostwriter, the ones that actually go viral. And I have a system here for doing it. We're going to make sure that you capture every single lead. You don't leave a single lead on the table. No bans, no without any cookie method. There's other tools out there that use the cookie method, which means that you can't do it from a phone. You need to, every time you go into a new web browser, you have to re-authenticate with cookies. It's a pain. It just means you have to log in every single time, which is annoying. So this is the 5 million view plans. Well, this is a screenshot. I think it's higher than this now, actually, if we go into my thing. But just to show you these numbers are real, because you're probably just like, I don't believe you. So I'll show you the real. Here's my LinkedIn right now. Let's go into analytics, click on show all. Just in the last 7 days, we got 245,000 impressions. We've gone up, yeah, 25,000 profile views. Cool. I think what we wanted to show was content performance. So we'll click on post impressions. Yep. And of course, LinkedIn takes forever to load. So if we go ahead and we change this to 365, it takes like a good 10 seconds to load. But there we go. Now we're at 7 million. So this is outdated. We're not 6.7 million. We're at a solid 7 million impressions. That's a 12,000% increase over the prior 365 days. Crazy numbers, but as you can see here, I started in June. Yeah, and then ratcheted it up. Yeah. And it's not consistently viral, by the way, just to show you the day by day. So if we go and we change this to the daily, just in case you're curious in seeing this, this is what it really looks like. So there's going to be periods where like I started posting around here in May, just to show you guys like proof. Like I started posting in May. See, before that I wasn't posting at all in May. You can see there's like a little bump here, and I had like we got some impressions, guys. We got 1,800 impressions. Woo! This is when I started posting, and I didn't see traction until June 23rd. So that's that's like 7 weeks later. 7 weeks later of consistently posting. That's when I finally went viral. We didn't even go that viral, only 28,000 impressions, but that was my first one there. So, and then after that, it's just been a roller coaster, as you can see here. So, yeah. So we're going to teach you all of that. So you won't be the Lone Ranger growing your business here. You're going to have support. You're going to have direct support from me and to teach you exactly so you don't have to do that 7 weeks. It will be a lot faster. It'll be like 3 to 4 weeks or less. I can't guarantee any faster than 3 to 4 weeks because of the LinkedIn algorithm. It's just how the LinkedIn algorithm works. The fastest I've seen is like 2 weeks. That's the fastest I've seen. The average time for going viral is about 3 to 4 weeks after you start posting regularly. So, but yeah, I'll be there to support you, to answer any of your questions. You have one-on-one access with me. Um, that's included in the program. So yeah, conversion alchemy. You won't be a lone ranger as you grow your business. I'll be there to answer all of your questions. Here's another guy here. This auto has gone from 8,000 to 23,000 under with working with me. So he's another case study that's absolutely crushed it. You can go on the website and see this is all real posts from real people, all from Lead Panther. So this is it's just all proof, more proof. So the LinkedIn Viral Accelerator is the simplest and easy way of me giving you the tools and training and mentorship. So basically, I just set it all up for you. Okay. What's included? You're gonna have a weekly live Q&A school community. LinkedIn support mentorship is all gonna be there. You're gonna have 6 months of elite mentorship from me personally. The viral content vault, you're gonna get access to all of my past lead magnets. So all of them, I have them all in a Notion guide, and you can repost all of them. This will save you so much time for going viral because you need to do those TAMs, right? Remember I told you about the TAMs, the total addressable markets? You got access to all of my TAMs, and they're all proven and it works. We've reposted them with many people, and they've consistently gone viral with other people. Many of you guys here have actually messaged me, "Hey John, well, did this person steal your lead magnet? I'm like, no, no, no. That's just a client of mine. So you get access to that. You get the full Lead Panther system, which only takes about 10 minutes to set up, which is basically the tool that I've been showing you. So you get all this. That's included there as well. Oh, this is where they went. It's up here. You get the weekly, we call it the Hunter Q&A calls, the real-time feedback. You're gonna be like, John, like, what do you think about this post? What do you think about this lead magnet? Like, give me, like, based on your expertise on what you know is gonna go viral, like, is this gonna work? And I'm gonna be like, no. Or, yes, almost there, but you gotta change this. That's what you get from me. And you get to be in a part of community with other people that are actually crushing it. We call them the elite hunters. So I spent the last 7 months perfecting this method and scaling with my own LinkedIn account from, well, the number's even higher now, to from 1K to 45K followers, automatically booking sales calls. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to say that we're at the five figures, but we're at the five figures monthly, so it's pretty good. This has been tested on dozens of one-on-one clients and it's been proven to help their LinkedIn posts go viral. And as you saw by the numbers that I showed you, just book hundreds of calls over months, right? So who's this for? This is for entrepreneurs, people who are tired of manual outreach, want to build a real audience. This is for SaaS founders, and this is for agencies and consultants. It works best for these three. We've tried it with people who are not in these three buckets, and it doesn't work well. Works well with these three people. So if you're one of these three people, it will work well with you. If not, I can't guarantee this is going to work with you. Course creators too. Sorry, one of these four. Yeah, and coaches, of course. So we guarantee that we capture all those leads. We don't leave any money on the table like a lot of other tools do or using virtual assistants do, for example. They can't capture everything. They're humans, whereas machines can. Machines don't sleep. So our purpose at Lead Panther is to empower every business to build an online audience so they can never have to worry about leads again on LinkedIn in particular. So we're focused on helping you transform your LinkedIn into the Apex Predator. We got to pull in the Lead Panther theme here because the whole Apex Predator just sounds awesome, doesn't it? Doesn't it just sound awesome? So yeah, you can go, here's the link down below. You can apply now to for your free lead magnet strategy session on how we can help you grow your business. And that's it. I'm done with the pitch. Opening it up for questions. You can raise your hands and I'll call you out. Oh, I see Nick actually raising his physical hand. Nick, go for it, man.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, how you
Um,
doing?
Good. I've been making some progress already. I've been to the first bucket as an entrepreneur.
Awesome.
And thank you. And yeah, I'm getting real leads already. I'm not like major, not like 12,000 ads, but I'm at 5,000 right now. Um,
Congrats.
I thank you. I did try a lead magnet and it failed horribly, and I want to just get your feedback on that. I first thing is I'm in the real estate development space, and I help real estate development energy sponsors raise money, or at least we're trying to, which is very difficult right now in this market. Um, so I do a lot of more like advisory posts or institutional level data on where the market is, and that gets a lot of that's where I've gone viral a few times. Um, I did speak with Lassa from the Lassa and Herald just briefly, and he said he doesn't think that the lead magnets would work for me because the algorithm has already identified me as someone who makes institutional level, analytical report posts.
Yeah, I don't know who this guy is that you're referring to, but he clearly doesn't know about this strategy here. This is the three types of lead magnets here. So the lead magnets that you're talking about would be level three, would be your hyper-specific lead magnets for the real estate
Yeah,
space, right? Which is
yeah,
good. You 100% want that, but the gap here is that you're missing the level one and level two, which can absolutely work. So the level
yeah,
one is what really grows your following, which is, it's going to take you from that 5,000 to 10,000 to 20,000. That's what level one will do. Level two bridges the gap. That's where you find something in the middle. It's like, for example, this is for about stocks and finance, but it would be something along the lines of Gemini 3 Pro analyzed like, I don't know, 1,000 REITs and found the top performing REITs, something like that, real estate deals or something to
yeah,
do with real estate. So this is how you mirror the two together, right? And then the last one you do, which is what you're doing right now, which is great, but yeah, like you just said, it failed horribly, and it's going to continue to fail horribly because it's too hyper specific. You need to start You start with this, the level one, you consistently do a mix of level one and level two until you get
I
some
I
virality
tried
going.
level two. Level two is what failed. I tried to put out some, AI or free lead magnet. But I do have some GPTs that are trained on my level of thinking and like what an investment committee would think. So that could be a good one to put out.
That's a great one to put out, man. Yeah, exactly. GPTs are awesome, or Gemini gems. You could honestly just do both. But how long have you been posting?
Really, really consistently, only a few months. I took a break over Christmas, so I guess that was inconsistent. I took 2 weeks off. I
That's
did.
okay, but but how long have you been posting lead magnets is the real question.
Oh, I only tried it once and I failed miserably. But
Okay, so that's
the
why.
yeah, the industry posts I've been posting on and off for 6 months, and I've been getting more and more consistent over time.
Gotcha. So you've only done the one lead magnet so far. Yeah, and you failed. That's that's
Correct.
extremely
Correct.
normal. And we all fail within the first few weeks. Like I showed my little chart here. Like I started posting them in May. And as you can see here, look at this. Nothing. Absolutely nothing, right? And you just keep going and keep going and you keep going. And then it eventually pops. But it'll only really pop if you're doing a consistent play of level ones and level twos. And by the way, great question, but I'm going to really dive into this into next week's webinar. I'm going to
Okay.
really dive into level one, level two there. Yeah.
Okay. I'll close it out. I don't want to take over the floor, but what I'm really trying to achieve with a real good lead magnet is I need to develop a cheaper ask, a cheaper product that's somewhat like a course or like something that somebody can buy without my full-time involvement or a package of hours in consulting because our standard ask is a $25,000 and up retainer, and that's a
Yeah.
hard sell.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So for your downsell ask, the way that lead magnets would basically bring in people into your funnel is each time you send them the resource, even if you're just sending them a resource about like, hey, this is Gemini 3 Pro and this is all the new things it does, right? Which is a top level TAM, you can still
Yeah.
send this to everybody. And the way that you send it to everybody is in the message that you send it to. And in that message, you give them the resource here, like this, like here's the link to the thing. By the way, here's a thing, here's something that I do. Oh, this is a client of mine, but like as you can see here, this is how the client does it. If you need any help getting recommended on ChatGPT or whatever, here's my service. Here's how I can help you. And this
Yeah.
is, and when people like just are exposed to this, but oh yeah, sure. Like I trust you because you actually delivered the thing. You know what you're talking about. Your things are consistently going viral. And now you're saying, now you're offering me something that may resonate with me, may not. If it does, great. That's the touch point right there. So that's how you bring them into the funnel. That's how you would convert them to your downsell offer
Thank
at
you.
high volume. Thanks, man. Appreciate the question. Tanvir?
Hey, John, thanks so much for this webinar. Do you need like I guess we go into details when we book a strategy call with you when it comes to cost and all that stuff, but do you need Sales Navigator for this?
For this, no. This is all inbound, so Sales Navigator is not needed at all. You're not doing any outbound here. Remember, you're doing inbound. So people are going to flood your, like for example, let me show you. Zoom out. There we go. We'll go to my network here. You're going to have a flood of something that looks like this. Invitations. You're gonna have inbound. So you don't need Sales Navigator unless you're doing outbound. Because Sales Navigator increases your weekly limits on the amount of connection requests that you can do, cold connection requests that you can do. That is the big thing about Sales Navigator is that. And also the in-mails as well, and getting access to LinkedIn's personal CRM, right? Because LinkedIn has like their own Apollo, which is Sales Navigator, and that's what it is. So it's two things. It gives you access to the CRM, and then it gives you access to those higher limits so you can do more outreach. This is inbound, so people are going to be trying to connect with you, are going to be coming to you. So you don't need it. I mean, it doesn't hurt to get premium just because it just doesn't hurt, but no, it's not required. A great question. We're at time here, so we'll take one more question. Okay. Silence is gold. And we got some people joining in. Are you joining in? I see. Oh, there's been a lot of chat going. Sorry, guys. I've been presenting the entire time, so I haven't been looking at the chat. Thank you. Some questions here. Yeah. Okay, cool. We're gonna send you the link. I guess I can talk about next week. Yeah, because the next webinar, in case you're interested in that, um, I think I have a Luma page for it actually. Pull it up. Let's see. You'll also get a link to this too, but I'll just quickly go over it. Oh, I haven't created it yet. Okay, silly me. I need to create it. So the next one will be about the top of the funnel. Will be about this. Going over the types of lead magnets. It'll be really diving into the types of lead magnet strategy. So that's what the next webinar is going to be. I think I'll do same time next week. Okay? You all get that link too. So see you there and see you on the strategy call too. Ciao, guys. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you all.